Joining us now, a key member of Congress, Representative Khanna, Democrat of California. Congressman, thanks very much for coming in. What's your assessment? Who is responsible for these airstrikes in Damascus?
Well, we need to know and get the facts, but we need a clear answer from the Israeli government. Were they responsible or not?
What do you think?
I'm not going to speculate, but no comment doesn't cut it, especially when we are shipping so many arms to them. Look, we have to make it very clear. The American people do not want a war with Iran. We do not want Israel to escalate a war with Lebanon. We do not want them to go into Rafah and kill civilians. And the shipments need to stop if they don't make the commitments to abide by what the President of the United States is saying.
You mean the shipments of U.S. weapons to Israel?
Shipments of U.S. weapons.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, because it's going to escalate. It's not just about the civilians in Palestine. This could be a regional war. And I'll tell you one thing, Wolf. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, or no one wants America entangled in another war in the Middle East.
Because, as you know, Iran has already said they are going to retaliate big time. I'm paraphrasing right now, but they're going to retaliate decisively as a result of this airstrike against this consular building in Damascus. How concerned are you that what's going on right now could escalate into a major direct conflict between Israel and Iran?
I'm very concerned, and that's why we need to know who struck the Iranian consulate and why. And I'm concerned about our troops in Syria and in the region, that they don't face a retaliation. I'm concerned that we don't get drawn in to a conflict, and I'm concerned that the conflict doesn't expand. The president was very clear. Israel, no war in Lebanon, no war with Iran. And Netanyahu has defied this president time and again, despite this president offering so much support to the people of Israel.
CNN is now reporting, Congressman, I don't know if you know this, that the U.S. is close, the Biden administration is very close to approving an $18 billion arms deal to Israel and selling a lot more, for example, at least 50 more F-15 fighter jets to Israel. That would all of that would require congressional authorization and appropriation because the U.S. taxpayers are going to pay for all of this. Do you think Congress would greenlight that deal if the Biden administration is pushing it heavily?
I don't think so. They should not. I think this question should be asked of Senator Schumer after his powerful speech on the Senate floor. How can we greenlight giving more arms to Netanyahu when he's defying the President of the United States, our Secretary of Defense and our Secretary of State, when he may use those weapons not just to go into Rafah, but to go into Lebanon to have a war with Iran? It's putting America at risk if you're defying your ally, the President of the United States. And Senator Van Hollen has already said no, but I think my hope is Senator Schumer would say no.
Well, we'll see what that happens. The U.S. has been meeting today with Israeli officials virtually, not face-to-face, but virtually, to discuss what's going on potentially in Rafah in southern Gaza right now. What's your message to the Biden administration?
Well, my message actually is that the Biden administration should make sure that Netanyahu listens to them. I think that the Biden administration has deep concern for Palestinian lives, for civilian lives, and they've been very clear that an invasion of Rafah will mean too many civilians dying. They've been very clear that humanitarian aid needs to come in. But Netanyahu it keeps disrespecting the President of the United States, who stood unconditionally with Israel. We all did in the Democratic Party, condemned the brutal Hamas attacks, condemned the rapes, condemned the killing, called Hamas a terrorist organization. And it reeks of ingratitude for Netanyahu to defy this president after what this president has done in standing with the people of Israel.
Congressman Khanna of California, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.